You're sitting on the couch and your cat spots you. You hear his meow, and with one jump, he's next to you. He's licking your hand. That's because he tastes pineapple from what you were just eating. But that's not the only reason why cats lick you. They might be grooming you, just like they do with their kittens. It also means they love you, and that they might be marking territory. When other kittens come sniffing around, they'll know who you really belong to. If your cat starts nipping on your hair when you're lying down, this is them trying to give you a bath, exactly as they do it themselves. When you're petting your cat and he starts looking at you funny, it means they've had enough of it. Cats bite when they want something to stop. For example, when you're trimming their nails, a bite can help them out. Now, if it works out once, they'll know that's what they have to do every time nail trimming happens. Instead of meowing, they can also nip you for attention. Maybe they feel like playing. But if a cat's biting and just won't let go, they're either trying to assert their rule or trying to deal with a threat. If they do this to a toy, it's probably better to get rid of it. If you don't, it can stress your cat out. Before a cat is ready to defend themselves, or if they're feeling irritated, they let out a low meow that's kind of worrying. Pay extra attention to your cat when you hear this. Low but sweet meows means they're saying hello to you and that they're happy you're home. Now, you're cooking lunch and down there is your kitty, sitting and staring at you next to its food bowl, barely blinking. Even if the bowl isn't entirely empty, your bud could be asking for more food. Or they're just letting you know that they love you. Pay attention to their eyes. If the eyelids are half closed and they give you a few slow blinks, it means they're giving you eye kisses. It's a sign they absolutely adore you. If they start trying to bury their food, they might not like it, so look into some other cat food. It's normal and instinctive for cats to claw everything. They do it to stretch their body as well as flex their feet and claws. They can also be claiming territory by leaving a mark and their scent. Because their claws have layers, scratching also helps them get rid of the claw's outer layer, keeping them sharp. Fleming is the official name of what happens when cats stare at you with their mouths open. They do it when they've just smelled something and it ended up being too complex for their tiny noses. So they use the roof of their mouth to make sense of the smell. When you're sitting down reading a good book, your cat coming to keep you company and sleeping on your lap is as good of a feeling for you as it is for them. When it comes to sleeping, warmth for them is more important than comfort. They probably find you very warm. It also means it trusts you enough to keep it safe when it's in a vulnerable position. And when they're sleeping on you, they also think of it as both of you bonding. Cats used to knead on their mother's chest when they were little kittens. They did this to stimulate milk productions. And when they're doing this to you, it means they feel comfortable around you. They're likely going to be purring too. When they're on your lap, they might slightly hit you in the face with their head or rub their chin on you. This is just another way of saying you belong to them and that they love you. Some cats might even drool when they're purring, which is another sign of affection. Really. But suddenly, they get up and bolt out of there as fast as they can. They might have spotted a bug and started chasing after it, or they're just burning off excess energy. Kittens usually do this more often than older cats, and it's nothing to worry about. It's just that they lay around not doing much during the day, so whenever they get the zoomies, off they go. Come here, kitty. Nah, not again. It's ignoring me. We can't blame them, though. Much of their behavior is based on instincts. In the wild, cat mothers only use vocal communication when there's danger around. If there's nothing to worry about, cats stay silent. They don't need to communicate like we do, voicing concerns and showing emotions. Dogs do that too, jumping around when they're happy, for example. Cats seem to be moodier, though. They'll come to you, but only if they feel like it. They also crave attention. It's okay if they ignore you, but you can't ignore them. They'll put themselves in all sorts of places, forcing you to notice them. A common one is laying on top of your keyboard while you're trying to get work done, or popping their head between your arms and the book you're reading. They also ask for your attention by laying down next to you and stretching. Maybe now's a good time for a cuddle session. If you notice them twitching their ears, give them space for now. It's a sign they might be feeling anxious and agitated. Humans aren't the only ones that throw hissy fits. Cats do it too, but in their way. They do it by chattering a lot. It usually means they're unhappy they didn't get what they wanted. It could happen when a cat's trying to catch a fly but can't. Both of your cats are looking at each other funny. The one at the right has its tail twitching, and it's getting faster and faster. And he's jumped on his brother. It means they're focused and excited like their ancestors, looking out for prey. At home, it just means they want to play. Coming to you with a straight tail means excitement. They usually don't walk like this, so give them attention. They're happy to spend time with you. If their tail is low, they might be feeling scared or even frightened. Act gentle around them and be sure not to startle them. If your cat is chewing on things that aren't meant to be chewed on, say inedible plants or plastic, even metal sometimes, you might want to take them to the vet. It doesn't mean something bad for every cat, and sometimes they might just be curious. There's a glass at the end of the counter, and suddenly your cat jumps next to it and starts thoroughly examining it. Next thing you know, broken glass on the floor. It probably has to do with their natural explorer instinct. Cats use their paws to test objects and their characteristics. And if they know you're looking, it might just be another way to grab your attention. Forget about privacy if you've got a cat and want to go to the bathroom. They'll be there with you. Hey, it's an amusement park for them. There's toilet paper, towels, rugs. Everything can be made into a toy. And it has you in it. Plus, they'll know it'll just be the two of you for a few minutes, so they'll have your undivided attention. Well, mostly. Who knows? You might even play with them. Some cats also love curling up in the sink and maybe sip a bit of tap water. Cats' instincts tell them to avoid still water. In the wild, they're more likely to trust a running stream of water than a pool of it. With tap water, it's not only fresher for your feline friends, but it also tastes better. If you've just gotten a package, opened it, and it's just laying around for anyone to grab, your cat's going to be the one taking the opportunity. They love getting themselves into tight spaces. They feel protected, especially if there's a nap coming along. The box also helps reflect their heat, so they're more comfortable in there. It's not only house cats that do this, though. Big cats, like lions and cheetahs, also love squeezing themselves into tight places. At heart, cats are all the same despite their size. And I ain't lying.